Hey everyone, we are Bean and Bagel. We are a married couple from the Midwest in the US. I'm originally from Michigan, she's from Minnesota. We typically talk about food on our channel, whether that be grocery store, fast food, whatever it is, food related, drink related, that kind of stuff. We do post videos about 1 to 2 times a week if you're interested in following the channel. But today we are talking about bubble tea. Specifically, Pearly bubble tea. And this cute guy here is an at-home bubble tea that you can do at home. That's what at-home bubble tea means. But the company, Pearly, they reached out to us to see if we'd be interested in reviewing their product. And they said that we could give honest feedback. And we weren't paid to do the review, but they did gift us the items that we are going to talk about. So we're going to show you how to make this cute little guy at home. So let's get into what was in the box that they sent to us. We opened the box and inside was a beautiful original milk tea kit, and on that box it has all the nutritional information if you're interested in learning about that, ingredients and such. And they were also nice enough to send us 2 glass Boba cups. So these cups are made of glass, not plastic. Then, when you go further, we received the original milk tea kit, as I said, which includes 6 Boba packets and 6 milk tea powder packets. The Boba packets resembled military MRE baked beans, but they don't taste like baked beans, obviously. And the Boba cup included a wooden circular lid with a hole for the metal straw that's included also. Unfortunately, the first cup that we opened arrived broken, and we're not sure if that's the packaging or the wonderful United States Postal Service, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, the first one arrived broken. The second glass was fine, and it kind of resembles the cup. Overall it kind of resembles like a flower vase. The glass is kind of thin and the weight is light, and the metal straw, it also includes a brush that allows you to clean the straw.
Alright, so now that we talked about what we received, let's talk about how you can make it. You're going to start off with your milk tea powder and your hot water. And Pearly did have a few different options of the amount of water. We'll get into that more later, but we use 4 ounces of hot water for our purposes. So you're going to start off with your milk tea powder in the glass. Then you are going to add in your 4 ounces of hot water and give it a really good stir. Make sure that it's all incorporated and dissolved into that hot water. And once you have stirred it up well, you're gonna add your ice, and try not to spill it all over the counter like I did here. But once you've added in your ice, you will want to go ahead and stir it again, just trying to get that drink nice and cold. Since you are using the hot water, you're going to want to mix that ice in there as well to help it chill. So once you have that, you can then open up your little packet of the tapioca pearls and put those into a microwave safe container. And you can go ahead and pop those into the microwave for 30 seconds. Now, Pearly's instructional video said that you could add a spoonful of water into the boba before you microwave it to help it kind of fluff up when it's in the microwave. However, we didn't feel that that was necessary. The boba was perfectly fluffy and puffed up all on its own. So Once your boba's been microwaved, you can then add it to your glass and give it another good stir. The boba kind of tends to stick together a little bit, so you're gonna wanna stir it up and just make sure that it breaks up into those nice individual little pearls. And then you also wanna make sure your glass is all the way filled up with ice. I didn't fill it up all the way with ice when I first added the ice, so I had to add a little bit more here just to make sure that it was all the way full to the top like they recommend. But then you're just gonna let it sit for a minute and just kind of let it all come together and get cold, and then you can enjoy.
Okay, so let's get into some pros and cons. And these are pros and cons that we came up with collectively, and I'm gonna start with the pros. So the first pro is we thought that it smelled good. We thought that the brown sugar and the tapioca had a welcoming aroma. The next one is the boba flavor. We thought that the boba flavor, the brown sugar, was very accurate, and that tasted good. The milk tea and the drink overall with the boba, we thought was good, but it's gonna depend on the person. You know, me personally, I'm not like a bubble tea snob or anything like that. So me as an average Joe, you know, I'm fine with it and I'm okay with that. But it's going to depend on the person of how specific you want to go. And what I mean by that is, you know, there's DIY projects and there's professionals that can do projects, right? So professionals will have the equipment and the experience and whatnot, and they might do a better job than a DIY. Or maybe a better example would be like spaghetti, right? Everybody likes spaghetti, or most people like spaghetti, and they make it at home, but we all know that it's gonna taste better when you go to an authentic Italian restaurant. So it's good in our opinion, and that's a pro overall, but it depends on the person, you know, as far as your preferences. Another pro is that we think that it's convenient. You know, you don't have to go to a shop or a bubble tea establishment or whatever. I can have it whenever I want it. I don't have to wait for the bubble tea place to open. I don't have to worry about if I'm gonna miss out if it closes. You know, I don't have to travel to go there and get it. If I live far away or something from bubble tea places, I don't have to worry about traveling. I can just make it at home, so it's convenient in that sense. Or if the weather's bad or something, you know, and you have a bubble tea fix or something, you don't have to like worry about it. You already have it at home, so that's convenient. I also think that it tastes better than those that are in a can. The can ones are convenient also, right? The ones you can get at the grocery store. But this tastes a lot better, at least compared to the ones that we've had so far. And that's a pro. One other thing is the cost. The cost for this kit is $24 for 6, which comes out to be about $4 per drink. In our area in Minneapolis, a 16-ounce cup is somewhere around $5 to $7 at a bubble tea place. So it's a little cheaper from that standpoint. But the shipping and all that, you know, you got to factor that in, so it could even out there depending on where you live. Like if you live in the middle of nowhere in Alaska versus in a major city like we do, shipping's going to vary. But cost-wise and personal time-wise, that's a pro in our opinion, because you don't have to wait in line. You don't have to spend gas to go and get it. So, you know, money-wise, you could be saving there. And the last thing that we thought is a pro is the cup. The cup is actually pretty cute. It's made of glass. The metal straw is really cool. It looks like it would stand up over time. And we thought like people would probably ask, you know what I mean? Like, hey, what bubble tea place did you get that from? It looks professional, like you got it from an actual place, because they all seem to have their own little niche with their cups. and how they draw you in as far as how cute they are. So we thought the cup was really cute, and that was a pro.
All right, so now to talk about the cons. And some of these aren't necessarily cons, they are more just ideas or feedback for the company. But the first one that we have is the water amounts, the hot water. It was a little bit confusing because it said 4 to 5 ounces or about a third of the cupful of hot water. And a third of the cupful actually ended up being more than 5 ounces, I believe, and it was very watered down. When I just tried to eyeball the 1/3 of the glass full, it was not very good. It was kind of watery. So I would recommend stick with that 4 ounces of hot water, but maybe Pearly could add like a little line on the glass or something that would kind of show how much water to put in. You know, there might be a way that you could still make it aesthetically pleasing with the glass and just kind of add like the little indentation in the glass or a little raised line on the glass itself, you know, so that it still looks cute and doesn't take away from the glass, but it does make it a little bit easier for people to measure out the 4 ounces of hot water because, you know, if you're at work or somewhere, you might not necessarily have like a measuring cup close by where you can get that amount of water exact, or, you know, depending on who's making it and how savvy they are with measuring things, you know, I think it would be helpful to add that line just so you can get the water amount correct. As long as we're talking about the glass, I also feel like the glass is a bit too thin. It does feel a little bit breakable, and you know, as a klutzy person, it made me a little nervous. It kind of even feels like with the metal straw, if you really kind of bang the metal straw on it too hard, it could crack. And also we did receive one that was broken. So, you know, hard to know if it's the packaging or our lovely post office, but one thing that we did notice as far as the packaging was that the bubble wrap was kind of open on one end of the glass, and that was the side of the glass that was actually broken. So I think, you know, it might help if they would use a little bit thicker bubble wrap and then make sure that, you know, both sides of the cup are all the way enclosed within the bubble wrap, and then that way, you know, it protects the glass a little bit better and gets it to your home. But again, I don't really trust the post office. I've had them break things too, so it might not be their fault, but just something we noticed. As far as flavor wise, you know, I do feel like there is a little bit of a difference with the taste of this, you know, being a powdered mix. You can kind of tell that just slightly. You know, there's a little bit of a difference from like a freshly made bubble tea that you would get at a shop. You know, this isn't quite the same, but again, I don't think it's enough that would deter either one of us. We still really enjoyed the flavor overall. So, as far as the texture of the boba itself, you know, it's a bit on the softer side. You know, we would probably prefer it if it was just a little bit firmer and chewier, but one thing that we noticed was that the longer that the boba sat in the drink, the firmer it did become. So if you're worried about that, you know, you could let it sit in the drink in the ice, you know, for a couple extra minutes, and that did seem to help the texture a little bit for us. Another idea is that, you know, currently Pearly only offers packs of 6, all as one single flavor. So I thought it would be cool if they would add a variety pack where you can try a bunch of different flavors if you're just kind of wanting to try it for the first time and just try it out and you don't want to purchase a large amount because you're not sure if you like it. I think it would be cool if they would offer a variety in a 6-pack, you know, because they have 5 different flavors. So it would be cool if they would, you know, let you kind of mix and match those 6 with what you like instead of just giving you all the same one. However, they do offer, if you're interested in purchasing like big bundles, you can get bundles that have all of the flavors that they currently offer, which is, you know, Thai tea, matcha, the original milk tea, passion fruit, So they have a lot of options. And then taro. How could I forget taro?
Right, taro rocks.
So they do offer those bundles, you know, for yourself if you're a single person. You could still get the bundles and just have a bunch to try. But one thing that I did notice on their website that I thought was super cool is they do office packages too. So you can get like a whole big kit and package with all the accessories for your whole office. So if you're a manager and you need to improve morale, I think that's a great way to do it, is to get a bunch of bubble tea for everybody. So I thought that was really cool on their website. So if you follow our channel, you know that we use the try it or walk by it as our review system. And overall, we felt like Pearly is a try it. We really enjoyed it, and we felt like it's a great way to enjoy bubble tea at home. And we just want to say thanks again to Pearly for sending it to us. I know it was a dream come true for me to have bubble tea sent to me for free. That was pretty cool. So thank you to Pearly for that.
Yeah, that'd be like if Doritos were sent to me for free. That would be awesome.
But that's all we have for today. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!
Have a good one.